Guys, there's a couple things in this world that I really enjoy, and one of them happens to be boost. Dude, I freaking love boost, boys. I really do. Boost is the freaking bomb. Today, what I'm gonna be doing, I'm gonna be playing around with full throttle shifting on the Civic. Now, as you guys are probably aware, if you've been watching the channel, Civic's not pro-tuned yet. It's just running on my tune. I just learned how the auto tune feature on Hondata works, so I'm gonna be giving that a shot. I'm gonna actually take the laptop out in the car, do a little bit of auto tuning real quick. I'll film some of it, and then I want to come back here once I have what the tuning software perceives to be a good tune, and I want to set up full throttle shifting. I really want to experience it. I've never done it before, and I think it's going to be really cool because, as I said, I freaking love boost. So the more we can stay in boost in that car, the faster we can go. I'm very excited to experiment with this feature. I hope I don't blow up the engine. Definitely possible. Let me show you the tuning software. So I've showed this to you guys before. This is my ignition table. So this is my ignition timing. These are all my values, all that stuff. This is my fuel table. These are all my fuel values, all that stuff. Car's been running pretty well. However, like I said, I am going to do a little bit of auto tuning to try to get this to be a little bit better, a little bit more smooth. I'm really close though. Now, if we come over here to the parameters section, you'll see there's an option that says full throttle shift. I think all I have to do is come down here, enable it, set the parameters, and then it's good to go. But I'm not gonna mess with that just yet. I wanna go tune the car a little bit more, do maybe 30-40 minutes of just driving around tuning, and then come back and mess with full throttle shifting. Guys, this is my mom. She's been in the videos before. She's actually helping me do the auto tuning right now. I'm just gonna let her know when to hold Alt-A on the keyboard, and then the laptop will start recording the data until she lets go of the button, and then it will automatically make the adjustments for the data that it has analyzed throughout that time period. So we're gonna go ahead and cruise around for a minute or two, get the car all the way up to running temp, and then do a couple of auto tune runs just to see if it works and how it works, because I've never done it before. All right, so we just got back from the first auto tune run, and it didn't really work, I don't think. I mean, I didn't notice any changes in the air fuel ratio or the data logged air fuel ratio. What's up, dog? Hi. It just comes out of nowhere. So I guess I'm gonna open this one up to you guys. I don't really know how to do it. Also, sorry for not filming it. I just didn't want to film and drive. I didn't want to freak out my mom. Let me know if you guys have any information on how to use the S300 auto tune feature. I know it's kind of frowned upon. People just say to tune it yourself by going through all the individual cells, but I kind of just want to know how it works so that I can make sure that I have a good air fuel ratio for just city driving and low throttle application. I guess I can come back to that and try to do it myself a little bit more in a little bit, but as of right now, I really want to try to work on this full throttle shifting. So let's set the parameters on the laptop and then let's go test it out, I guess. All right, so I'm in the car. I'm hooked up to the ECU. I gotta go in here and I gotta open my current tune, Turbo EG 750cc, open, full throttle shift. So let's always on, shift limiter RPM. This should be the typical RPM for the next gear while shifting. Usually, I think it would probably be closer to 5,500. Because I kind of have my rev limiter set pretty low. I don't know, let's actually make it 5,800. Minimum speed 12 miles per hour, minimum throttle position 88%, strain gauge activated cut. Enable strain gauge activated shift cut. I don't know what that means, so I'm not gonna touch it. I'm gonna press save, and I'm going to upload this tune. Car just bogged super hard. It did not like that. Now we're running really lean. I don't know why. I think we're good now. That was interesting. This just randomly went up to 16 all of a sudden, and now it's back. It's all good. Sweet, so let's go. I'll take it out for a rip, try to show you guys. If I can't show you guys, can't do a good job showing you guys, I'll get out the GoPro. All right, boys, I think it's working. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a shot right here. I'm gonna just do first to second probably, because I am driving with one hand. All right, here we go, boys. Oh man, I really messed that one up. That one was no bueno. I'll try again though, here we go. I messed it up again, but it's too hard for me to do while holding a camera. I'm gonna have to get the GoPro out. So now I'm home. You guys just saw that I couldn't really do it while holding the camera, and I'm gonna bring the GoPro out and just do some driving and film some driving around this car, because I haven't really done that. But I also just did some research online, which I probably should have done before I started making today's video, and I realized that I need a clutch switch wired into the ECU for it to know when I'm shifting. Duh. So essentially, I've just been power shifting my transmission around for about the last 10 minutes, and boys, that hurts my heart, because I probably just hurt the transmission a little bit. So if I want to do full throttle shifting in the future, I do have to wire from the clutch switch to the ECU. I don't know if or when I'll be doing that, probably at some point, but I'm gonna stop hurting my car and stop power shifting it now. I'm gonna turn that off, because I found out, all right, look, check this out. Full throttle shift. Wherever I have this shifting RPM set to, it's gonna set my rev limiter to that. So I was limiting at 5,800 that whole time. So we're gonna just turn this off, and now my rev limiter should be back to what it was. So it's currently set to 6,900. I'm actually gonna up this. I'm gonna bring it back up to, let's do 7,000. Let's add another 100 RPM. And then we'll take it out for a drive after I'll hook up the GoPro, and we'll go out cruising. All right guys, let the car cool off for a little while. Now we're out for a cruise. The whole point of this drive right now is I'm just gonna be tuning the regular street driving, low engine load, air fuel ratio. God, I love the sound of turbo. I love boost so much. Woo! Top 3 things: beer, boost, and beats. And brakes. Oh my gosh. And brakes. I kind of want to test out the new rev limiter of 7,000 RPM. I don't really have a lot of space to do right now because it's kind of like rush hour. Essentially what I'm doing is I'm trying to tune the just regular street driving. So I'm going to start data logging right now, and I'm just going to drive normally. I'm trying to get my air fuel ratio as close to 14.7 to 1 as possible. It's running pretty rich right now, so I'm hoping that these data logs will help me to make the right adjustments to get to that correct air fuel ratio. And I just stopped the data log because now I'm slowing down and my air fuel ratios are basically going to skyrocket because the engine does a complete fuel cut when you just let off the throttle in gear. The engine, it's just coasting, so it does a complete fuel cut, so the air fuel ratio is like infinity. Sometimes these lights around where I live are absolutely ridiculous. Especially during rush hour, it's stupid how long they take. So I guess while I'm sitting here waiting for my turn to go through this light, I'm gonna explain to you like the process of this data logging. The only thing is, I don't start data logging until I'm at like a cruising speed and a cruising RPM. So I'm starting the data log in about 3rd gear at about 2,000 to 2,500 RPM, and then I'm just slowly increasing throttle until about 5,000 RPM, and then I'm stopping the data log. So like I'll start the data log now, and now I'm just slowly increasing my RPM, keeping a very low engine load while increasing RPM so that I can get an accurate reading throughout the entire RPM range. But as soon as I'm done being on the throttle, I'm going to end the data log and then let off the throttle. So I ended the data log and now I'm off the throttle and coming to a stop. So I'm basically only recording the times where I am driving at a cruising speed. That Mustang actually sounded really good. Props to him. I love me a Coyote. We're gonna be eating those for breakfast pretty soon. It's been very inefficient in terms of fuel lately. Like I've been running through fuel in this thing like crazy. Hoping to have a little bit better MPGs. Yeah, so I'm looking at the recommended percentage changes on Hondata right now, and it's saying that I'm about 12% off most of the time. So I'm gonna pull over in this parking lot, make the current changes that I have recorded, and then go back out and see how it does. We're gonna go ahead and shut her off. We're gonna make some changes, and then we're gonna head back out. So if you guys see in Hondata, all of this data right here is the recommended changes to certain fuel inputs at certain RPMs and certain engine loads. So I'm gonna go ahead and change some of these up. You can see this is where we were running kind of lean all of a sudden. So I'm gonna go ahead and change these up, upload those changes to the ECU, and then we'll go back out and tune some more. We're gonna get back on the road. We're gonna get rolling again. It's been about 5 minutes since I've been in a boost, so I'm kind of getting, you know, getting a little, need my boost fix. This is a good road for hitting boost, as long as there's not a cop up here. It sounds so sick. Higher rev limiter allows the wastegate to be open for a little bit longer, which is awesome because my wastegate barely opens. It's so annoying. I have so much turbo lag that my wastegate doesn't open until I'm basically at redline. The higher my redline is, the longer my wastegate can stay open, which is a really cool sound because I almost never get to hear it, and it sounds really cool. I just wish this turbo wasn't so laggy. Oh my God, it sounds so good. Here we go. focus so hard while I drive this car. There's a guy in a Dodge Challenger that just pulled out behind me. I don't know what it is about Dodge Challenger guys, but I swear they get so offended, man. I also decided this car is 100% faster than the 335i. I love blow-off valves, I love wastegates, I love turbos. Dude, turbos are the best. I'm gonna do that last pull on this camera, but first I just wanna say thank you all for watching this video. If you like this video, please leave a thumbs up. If you dislike this video, get the heck out of here. Also, please consider subscribing to my channel. We're only getting bigger, we're only doing better. That's the goal. 2,500 subs and I am going to be designing merch. I've always wanted to run my own business. Very excited about it, we're getting closer and closer. As I always say, boys, remember to plan, commit, execute, and attain your goals, and live the freaking dream, baby. Let's get that pull going. Let's see if I can get down to second. This will be good. Here we go. And I missed third to close the video. Beautiful.